I'm living my most abundant reality. Bench pressing these blessings. Mirror.
Welcome to this Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. Meet up. My name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah. The Jewish culture widely awaited Mashiach. The Hindu culture prophesied Kalki. Full circle moment. Alert, alert. So are you. Why, Ashley? Thank you for asking me this question. What I have in me, you have in you. What you have in you, I have in me. We are all authentic frequential patternings, dimensions as the oneness of all things, most commonly termed God in our plane of reality, or Allah, Hashem, Shekinah, the Most High, Prime Source. Allah. We are awakening in the masses to the remembrance that we are one with Prime Source, God, Allah, Hashem, Shekinah, the Most High. Having a human experience, infinite potentials, having a human experience, taking on the paradigm of perspective or the paradigm of paradigms or finite or limitation or dimensionality in order to assist with growing and evolving the oneness of all things, Hashem, Shekinah, Prime Source, Allah, Hashem, and to more wellness and balance, to more remembrance that we are an infinite creation, co-creating in infinite ways, or as billions of humans and trillions of galactic beings and limitless dimensions beyond our synaptical understandings, beings and dimensions beyond our synaptical understandings, having our experiences or taking on the paradigms of paradigms, or taking on the paradigms to garner our perspective, to co-create the way we show up in our realities or our existences, to co-create our reality or our communities as beings of divine creation. Within Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips, I use my Shama Mama skills, my mediumship, my connection to the divine, or my intimacy with myself, or my connection with the oneness of all things, the records of the oneness of all things, or my Akashic record, to channel energies and messages and healing forces to assist us, humanity, as we awaken in the masses to the remembrance that we are one. Not only are we one, but we are limitless. We are wellness. We are created to be wellness and balance, which brings me to the human dharmic purpose. The divine says we were created, as biblically prophesied, we are created to be the mirrors of divine remembrance, that we are limitless, the mirror of God in the physical. The divine wants to, as we awaken to this remembrance of God, the divine wants to see, what do we create? We were created to be wellness. We were created to be balanced. We were created to journey our realities with an authentic, inquisitive disposition, to learn more about ourselves, to garner greater wisdoms, greater conscious awareness of our existential nature, of our limitless potentials, to embody greater conscious awareness, to consciously embody these wisdoms and conscious remembrance of our limitless potentials, to co-create how we show up in our realities, to symbiotically co-create our reality. The divine wants to see, what do we create? We were created to be wellness and balance. What else do we create? Which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast 2033 prophecy. By the year 2033, the divine says in response, as an effect to us awakening in the masses, which is the ways of nature. Whenever creation needs something to continue to grow and evolve, we look at the lineage of our human ancestry and our evolution, and we see spaces and places in our evolution where it seems like we rapidly evolved and shifted in an exponential way. And we ask ourselves, how did this happen? Divine intervention. Whenever creation needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. Everything that comes into fruition, comes into being, is a fruit of the tree of life's natural disposition, benevolent disposition to continue to grow and evolve. We are being inundated from our inner space, or activated through our DNA, our genome, which is synonymous with our consciousness expanding, which is synonymous with our mass spiritual awakening, our bouts of satori, or spontaneous remembrance of our limitless potentials, awakening from our inner space to the remembrance that we are wellness, balance, limitless potentials, having a human experience to grow and evolve all things. By the year 2033, the divine says we will be a human culture, planet Earth, with no disease, no death, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. As disease, death, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking were all manifestations of our gestational phase, where we fell into a dense slumber as we vibrated for our frequential patterning, our frequency fell into a dense throng of dense energies, which fed us thought patterns, which circulated thought patterns through our beingness, which is symbiotic with our reality or our matrix, or the light creation that is our home, our habitat, if you will, as human beings of planet Earth. Our habitat, our realm called planet Earth, as well as our beingness, which is a symbiotic creation, fell into deep, dense vibrations, frequential patternings, dense frequential patternings, which circulated thought patterns that said that we were less than limitless potentials, which circulated thought patterns which had us in lack and fear and pondering what our existential nature is and was, instead of knowing what our existential nature is and will be and was. As these knowledges and wisdoms and understandings about our nature are wisdoms that lie within frequential patternings or vibrations within our reality, which is symbiotic within our beingness. It lies within our beingness, which is symbiotic with our reality. It lies in our beingness. These remembrances lie within our beingness, which is symbiotic with our reality. One more time. These remembrances lie within our beingness, which are a symbiotic co-creation with our reality. We call this the energies of our reality the quantum field, or the oneness of all things. Our beingness has always been intended and with working in well, natural, balanced order. Our beingness is a symbiotic force with the force that is the quantum field or our realm, or the oneness of all things. We are awakening out of this slumber as our vibrations rise, as these bouts of satori or spontaneous spiritual awakening, which is synonymous with our DNA activation, which is synonymous with our genome activation, which is synonymous with our consciousness expansion. To remember that we are creator beings, symbiotically, simultaneously experiencer beings. And that's what this Kingdom Things podcast meetup is about. Balancing out being a creator being with an experiencer being. We're coming out of a gestation phase where we were in a darkness and we forgot who we were in our existential nature. Why? Because we needed to garner the experience, to garner the wisdoms or the experience, to evolve us into masters simultaneously as we awaken of the notion, of the ideology, of the awareness of oneness, how all is one and all is within, principle of correspondence, universal principle of correspondence, as below, so above. Everything in our reality is only a manifestation of the energies in which we are. Everything in which we experience in our gestational phase, where we were in a deep, dense throng of energies, which circulated between ourselves, our humans, our ancestral lineages, our familial lineages, our neighbors, and ourselves, symbiotic with our realm, our planet, the energies that said that we were less than limitless, the energies that said that we lacked anything, and that we had to create, become, in order to fulfill our wants, needs, and desires, is the experience we needed to garner the wisdoms. Simultaneously, we can allow ourselves to relax into love, or relax into our innate beingness, or relax into our innate worthiness, or relax into the magic, the divine presence that is ourselves, that is symbiotic with our realities, with the understanding that ourselves and the energy of our reality, the energy that we are and the energy of our reality are with working in wellness and balance, are created to sustain one another, are created to present what we need when we need it, as we desire it, as we need it. So shall it be, with wellness and balance, for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, as universally aligned, universally assigned. What does that mean, Ashley? Whenever you need something, drop into your heart space. Ask for it. Make it known. Hey, I need this. Follow your heart space, your inner guidance, to be sustained, to be taken care of, to be satiated. We've come out of a dense throng of energies of ancestral patternings of lack, fear, destitution, survival of the apex order, where we created death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking, and the energies of survival of the apex order. I'm gonna, in a few months, but we might as well say next season of Kingdom Things podcast, because it's gonna be in a few months. It's next year. It's 2026. I'm channeling extraterrestrial beings that were a part of a slave trade, a sex trafficking of human beings, sex trafficking, slave trafficking of human beings of planet Earth, extraterrestrials that are a part of this operation, alien beings, extraterrestrials, forces that were a part of this operation, which kept us amnesiac, asleep, because these energies were running rampant. I'll talk past tense. I said talk R so we can get rid of it. Were running rampant in our reality. Were running rampant in our reality. And we are highly sentient beings. Baby, under the amnesiac fog, under that forgetfulness, baby, we're highly sentient beings. Limitless potential, omnipotent, powerful, remembered beings of the apex order. So, baby, when we felt all that chaos and dysfunction, what we do? But we ran somewhere to distract ourselves, to find some joy and peace, because we felt the energy of the chaos. So what we do, we have vices, we have hobbies, we busy ourselves with work, we make families, all the things. I say that to say, all of dysfunction and chaos that we existed within in our gestational phase, it was a part of the makings of us, and it was needed. Galactic creation ensued at the beginning of space and time, when the 6 spheres of creation came together. 7 spheres of creation came together. Kabbalah says 7 spheres, or Judaism says 7 spheres. I channeled through my inner space, 6 spheres of creation came together to create a more omnipotent, well-balanced energy. Chaos actually ensued. And what did we channel earlier? Whenever creation needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. Galactic creation, space and time came into formation creation to assist with balancing out these 6 spheres of creation. The chaos to assist with balancing out the summation of the 6 spheres of creation, that chaotic energy, galactic creation, space and time ensued. We are galactic beings, a part of galactic creation, part of space and time. Everything we've experienced in the evolution and the makings of us, the death, disease, war, pedophilia, alien beings, enslaving humans and children, and sex trafficking, slave trafficking, and baby, the things that we know. This is super underworld stuff. The things that we know, but we know, we got some things going on our planet that we know, we're consciously aware about. Stays in our news cycles. All of these things were a part of the makings of us. It's principle of correspondence, as below, so above. Everything in my reality is a projection of my energy. Asking ourselves, hey soul, hey self, what is this supposed to teach? What is this supposed to teach me about myself? Which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast, call to action. Sit with yourself every day for at least 2 hours a day. 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night, however you want to do it. Ask yourself, hey soul, hey self, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness of my limitless potentials? What is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials? Wait for the answers, because they will come. We talk about these podcasts. We talk about these Kingdom Things podcast episodes darn near every installment. I'm going to link below in the reference Kingdom Things podcast installments. Frequential patterning part 1. part 1 and part 2. Frequential Patterning Part 1. These are Kingdom Things podcasts with Nicole Phillips installments. Frequential Patterning Part 1. I channeled creation is infinite. Not only is creation infinite, but there are an infinite number of ways to perceive creation. I say this to say, however your lingo with the universe or yourself or your soul is, because the universe, self, soul are one, wait for the answers because they will come. And do not replace any of your professional medical advice with anything you experience or hear within Kingdom Things podcast. Wait for the answers because they will come. Ask yourself, hey soul, this reality is a mirror of the energy of who I am. What is this supposed to teach me about myself? Oh, you're a high vibrational, masterful light being. Limitless potentials, baby. Elohim, God presence. When it manifests in this physical world, in this lower vibrational throng of energy, in divine creation, your magic, your multidimensionality manifests or amplified, we'll say past tense, amplified the dysfunction of human nature. I'm glad you asked about it. Now we're able to shapeshift and consciously use the powerful divine presence that you are to create wellness and balance, to create things that you want and what you want to experience. And don't worry, over time we'll unpack all the darkness, all the imbalanced things, all of the chaos, the pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking, death, disease, war, famine, poverty. There's infinite wisdoms that were garnered through those experiences. And we got all of it. And we'll unpack it over time and feed it to you slowly so you can embody more of your limitless potentials, wellness, balance, wisdoms to create more wellness, balance, and wisdoms. Kingdom Things podcast, call to action. Sit with yourself for at least 2 hours a day. Hey soul, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials? Wait for the answers because they will come. There's alien beings that were a part of sex trafficking, human trafficking of women, men, children. It's been kaput, brought down, and things gonna be leaking to our conscious awareness, and everywhere that it leaks into our conscious awareness, to make us consciously aware of from the subconscious to the conscious mind, our news cycles, all the things. It's gonna come out when it's supposed to come out. It's really powerful because I telepathically communicated with them. I was scared, but I've garnered a lot of wisdoms and remembrance, and like my soul, whatever you experience, whatever I experience, is something that our soul walks us into because we're ready. And however we experience that experience, we're garnering more remembrance, more wellness, more balance, more evolution, more growth. More conscious awareness of our limitless potentials, more conscious embodiment of our limitless potentials with wellness and balance as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, and so it shall be. I was scared. When I had that telepathic communications, they were like, can you channel us in your podcast? They were like, okay, so what's going on, y'all? What's going on in our reality, in the galactic creation, and really all of God's creation? It's biblical. We're in the second coming of Christ. Christ consciousness, or oneness consciousness, where second coming of Christ has many dimensions, infinite dimensions. One of the infinite dimensions is Christ consciousness awakening in the souls of humanity, in the soul of humanity, in the souls of every human being, where we remember that we're one in God. Yes, we have differences because we're authentic frequential patternings, or we're souls that have had infinite journeys. And my soul journey isn't the same as your soul journey, which makes us unique frequencies. But we're one in God. But we're still one. We're still God. Our differences still are part of the summation of the one God energy, omnipotent energy, that is infinite, plural, many, right? So what's going on is the second coming of Christ. Christ consciousness awakening through the soul of humanity, through our inner space. We're one. We're infinite. We're limitless potentials. We were created to be wellness and balance. And so shall it be, as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. We're coming into remembrance of our galactic heritage because we're galactic beings. We thought we were just The way that we perceived that we were the only beings in galactic creation, and we were just by ourselves, only intelligent life form, it was a direct reflection, a mirror of our conscious awareness of ourselves, or through our inner space. It's how much we did not meet ourselves in the inner space is what we were being mirrored and reflected in our physical reality. We didn't meet ourselves in our inner space. So our physical reality mirrored this destitution. Tumbleweeds, baby, like tumbleweeds moving through a desert. That's what we were looking at, because we didn't meet ourselves on the inside. We're one of infinite galactic beings, infinite galactic civilizations. So we're awakening to this, right? Awakening to our galactic heritage. We have the makings of the human being of planet Earth. It's infinite dimensions, right? In galactic creation, we have a lineage of ancestral beings, divine beings, galactic beings. We come from a lineage of galactic beings. Makes the human being a planet, our biology, our energy, all the things. So we're awakening to this. I say this to say, the way we thought in our humanism, our gestational phase humanism, is so small. In the way when I had this conversation telepathically with these alien beings that were part of the sex trafficking, human trafficking of men, women, children of planet Earth, humans of planet Earth, and it was should I go ahead? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm being guided to say it, because I was gonna keep this till 2026 when I actually channeled them, but they're like, we have the Galactic Federation. They're like we got plenty more to share, sister. For your podcast, we got plenty more to share. Go ahead and divulge. It was a part of a flipping peace treaty. A galactic peace treaty. Again, y'all, I dig in my inner space, my shamanism, my spiritual gifts, my connection to the Akashic record, to the oneness of all things. The sex trafficking, human trafficking of men, the Galactic Federation said, hold up, baby, don't throw us under the bus like that, because we didn't know about we didn't know they were connected to sex trafficking, human. Okay, they did. Okay, that's what it was. The Galactic Federation, like, we didn't know that they were a part of the sex trafficking, human trafficking of men, women, and children of the planet. The Galactic Federation, like, we didn't know that. They were like, we didn't know that part, but we did know these beings were a part of the peace treaty, but we didn't know they had something to do with the operations of the sex trafficking, human trafficking of human beings, of any beings. We didn't know that, of any kind. We didn't. The Galactic Federation, like, we ain't know that. And that's very true. I remember that. I'm remembering when we had the telepathic communication, the Galactic Federation tapped in. They were like, hey, yeah, we knew about the peace treaty. We helped arrange it with these beings. We helped arrange this peace treaty because there's many a species of beings that are connected to planet Earth and that live on the planet in different dimensions. They're like, yeah, we helped arrange this peace treaty, but we didn't know these beings, or any beings that we have peace treaties with and stuff. We didn't know that they were part of sex trafficking, human trafficking of any sex trafficking of any, slave trafficking of any beings. We didn't know this. We didn't know this. Anybody that we had, baby, we had on paperwork for peace treaties and stuff, we didn't know that was part of these operations. I remember that. Because Galactic Federation said, flag on the play. When I was telepathically talking to the extraterrestrial forces, Galactic Federation said, hold up, we got a leak. They were like, flag on the motherfucking play. We gotta figure out something about something, because something ain't shaked out right. They were like, we didn't know that. But they put it to an end, right? They were like, we shutting this stuff. They shut it down. They're like, baby, we shutting it down, right? And then the extraterrestrial beings, they were like, we get it. We're not going to fight about it. Because what's happening, our divine codes are awakening in all beings of God's creation. Humanity and all beings of God's creation. Galactic we'll focus on galactic creation because we're galactic beings. Like, we're right here in our community. We're going to focus on galactic, but all beings of galactic creation. Divine codes are awakening within our system, which is symbiotic with our reality, all the things. Divine codes are awakening within our system, within our matrices, all the things. Remembrance of more well-balanced wisdoms of how to do existence or life or evolution or being divine presence. So these extraterrestrial forces, they were like, we get it. They're like, and I was just like, oh shoot. Cause I ain't even know. I was like, shoot, you know, you're always where you're supposed to be. You're always when you're supposed to be there. Cause I be feeling away. Cause I be feeling away. I be feeling away. Cause like my soul, spiritual gifts and stuff be helping, you know, shut this shit down. A lot of stuff down on this, baby. You know, on this planet. You know, I'll be like, I be feeling awkward. I was like, oh, they're like, we get it. They're like, we get it. And then the Galactic Federation, the Divine were like, they're gonna deal with their karma, and they're like, we get it. They're like, we don't see karma as bad. We see karma as a part of our evolution. They're like, we get it. Cause like the way we perceive things is not the way other beings perceive things. Is what I'm saying. Our perception is is one of millions and billions and trillions of perspectives. We already know that on our humanism alone, the way we stay Twitter fingers. I mean, X fingers. We stay typing on X about arguing about, things. But it's a consensus. I'm gonna link it below. It's called The Army. It's a Kingdom Things podcast meetup with Archangel Michael, Hoomi, Leopold II, Holy Roman Emperor. And it's a consensus. Archangel Michael was like, it's a consensus. The divine says no more desecration of our children or ourselves in creation. So no more pedophilia. None of this shit. Shutting it down. You know, no more trafficking of beings, enslavement of beings. None of this stuff. And all of these paradigms were like, duh, that's not good. You know, we don't want that. But not all beings think the same way. Because not all beings have the same evolution. Not all beings have the same perception, perspective of reality. These alien beings that were part of the operation of the human trafficking, sex trafficking of beings, of human beings, and I'm not sure other beings. I just know human beings for sure. They were like, we get it, Ashley. We'll deal with our karma as a part of our evolution. I was like, whoa, baby, I've been pulled into gosh darn jury duty, and spiritual court. Where I done seen some stuff, I'll be like, shoot. I'll be like, ooh. I'll be like, ooh. All right, I'm gonna link it below. The Army. I say that to say it's the divine doesn't take pedophilia lightly. You know? In a way that the divine doesn't take pedophilia lightly. I'm not saying this to be nonchalant. Like, obviously, I'm not saying this to be nonchalant. I'm saying that every being perceives things differently. And we have to mature, we have to evolve into a spiritual maturation where we perceive everything that we experience as part of our evolution to make us, to evolve us into more limitless potentials, or it's a part of the makings of us, to evolve us into more wellness and balance. The Army, a link below. Archangel Michael, Hoomi, Leopold II. Holy Roman Emperor. So that's coming in 2026. Sometime in 2026 is this channeling. And I'll note it. I'll be like, hey, this is the one I was talking about. Y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm glad I got to get that off my baby. That's just been sitting on my spirit. I had this telepathic communication like 2-3 months ago, and I put it in my calendar. Like, they're like, can you channel me? We'll talk about it. I was like, okay, we're gonna talk about it. I put it in my calendar to channel them. So I'm glad I got to get that off my spirit and share with the world. Also, manifest wellness, all the things. Spiritual maturation and evolution to more wellness balance is universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. There's a lot of things that I perceive in the spirit to make wellness and atonement with myself. Because, everything we perceive is a dimension of ourselves. We have 0 degrees of separation from the alien beings that had the peace treaty. Baby, synonymously, there was, trafficking beings, unbeknownst to the Galactic Federation of Light. We have 0 degrees of separation. We're all one. So it's like, what can we learn about this? Asking our inner space, what can this teach me about myself? Which brings us to what we're talking about today. balancing being an experiencer being from being a creator being, y'all. I've seen so much in the spirit. The last 4 years, I was catalyzed onto my rapid spiritual awakening journey. I waffle from saying 2018 to 2019. Because I'll say 2019. Because the divine was like, Ashley, I kept you in stealth mode. Where I kept you dormant from the remembrance of your divine presence, your magic, until I needed you to activate into remembrance. To assist with the evolution or the grand creation that is all things. To play your part in your awakened state. More awakened state. To assist with the evolution of all things, or divine creation, or infinite potentials, or God, Allah, Hashem, Shekinah, the Most High, Prime Source. When I was 9 years old, the divine told me who my divine counterpart would be. I'm a twin flame divine counterpart. Kingdom spells, right? Kingdom spells. I love this. Kingdom spells. Baby, I got the keys to the kingdom. God opened up the gate for me, for all of us, truly. Understanding that we've never been behind a gate, we've never been separate from God. We've only been experiencing what we needed to. We've only been experiencing what we needed to experience for our soul's evolution, for our contribution to the oneness of all things, the evolution of all things. So I'm a kingdom spouse, right? When I was 9 years old, I saw my kingdom spouse, on a TV show that he starred in as a child actor. This was 9 years old. Fast forward. 2018, my soul was like, hey, Ashley, go celibate. We're going to bring your person in. This is when my soul says, hey, this is when your rapid spiritual awakening really started. Like my conscious mind is like 2019. I'm going to get into alignment with that. I should probably get into alignment with what my soul is talking about. My more abundant, widened scope awareness of myself. Versus my conscious mind or my preferences. Our conscious mind is more of our preferences. Our conscious mind supports and reinforces what we prefer, right? 2018, my soul was like, hey, go celibate. We're going to bring your person in. 2019, soul did not lie. Came into conscious awareness. My person and I, my kingdom spouse and I, we came into conscious awareness of each other, right? But that's when, baby, my life, baby, started shaking up. COVID started, quit my job. I was guided to, lost my apartment, lost my car, moved back in with my mother. The soul was like it's divine intervention, actually, to pull you out of your old reality, out of your old gestational sac, to begin to remember you and who you are in the spirit, or in all things, or in the divine. Your dharmic purpose, the reason why you came into divine creation. We wanted to remember you so you can step into these energies, embody these energies, be these energies, to assist with the growth and evolution and the mass awakening of the human being of planet Earth. The human consciousness of the second coming of Christ is how we know it. So I've been in zealotry, where I live zealotry. I live seeking God, or seeking atonement with myself, or greater, deeper intimacy with myself. Through spirit, mind, body, soul, and spirit. To remember that I'm one with all things. To be my best homie, lover, best friend. To be my best fullness, my oneness of all things. I am a microcosm of the macrocosm. Just as you are a microcosm of a macrocosm, we are all things within and of our monad. I've been journeying my life to come into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of this. What is always what is. We've always been full. We've always been abundant. We've always been limitless. It's our perspective of this is what changes. So I've been seeing a lot of things in the spirit that are scary. Or the baby tip over the apple cart of who I think I am. Who we think we are as humans, my paradigms that I believe in, our paradigms that we believe in as humans, right? And then we have coming out of this gestational phase where we were in survival mode. And then, growing and evolving, learning the wisdoms, everything in your reality actually is only a manifestation of your energies. The whole Kingdom Things podcast, or channel wisdoms from the ancestral forces, or the oneness of all things. Remember me in my divine presence, to sharing it with the world, because synonymously, it's always intended to be a resource for humanity as we remember into our divine presences, as a community, as dimensions of the oneness of all things. Excuse me, y'all. Whole podcast, divine remembrances, medicine, soul food, soul medicine. Do not replace anything you experience with Do not replace your professional medical advice with anything you experience or hear within Kingdom Things podcast, but it is soul food, soul medicine. So I'm seeing in the spirit all of these things, galactic alien beings. They got a peace treaty with the Galactic Federation. They also, baby, over here slanging humans on the side, which was keeping us in amnesia because we were feeling the energy subconsciously of all of these horrific things that are happening on our planet. In the underbelly, the foundation, the underbelly of our existence. We were feeling these energies subconsciously, and we're under the amnesia and the forgetfulness and the dense energies. We're high octane beings. So we kept running up from ourselves so we didn't have to face these dimensions of ourselves that we've experienced in other lifetimes, that we've experienced in other galaxies, on other planets. Why, Ashley? In order to be magnetized to this realm called planet Earth, where there's sex trafficking, human trafficking, pedophilia, death, disease, war, famine, poverty, you have to have already had this experience in your soul's journey. So you already have a corresponding energy in your soul frequency, which creates covalent bonding, or you magnetize to this reality because you match frequentially what's going on in this reality. So we're running from ourselves all around the planet, doing all these things to avoid our cocoons, or the energies we came here to rectify, or our souls that we came in here to grow and evolve into more wellness and balance. To be whoever we think we are, whatever title we hold, whatever bank account we have, whatever food we like to eat, whatever vacation we like to go on, whatever our preferences are. We'll build up a whole montage of preferences to avoid the fibers of our existence, or our energy, or our souls, for our frequential patterning. To run from ourselves, to not face the energy of what's going on our planet, to project, deny that we are one with everything that we experience in this reality on our planet. So I'm awakening. I'm seeing all these things in spirit. I'm taking accountability so I can be the wellness, to be the solution. You know, I know everything in my reality is a manifestation of the energies that I am. Hey, so what can this teach me about myself? We got all this stuff. Oh, Ashley, pedophilia. Humans have been doing this since ancient times. It was accepted back in the ancient days. It was actually had a name for it. It's called pedestry. Ancient days, it was acceptable. Some people didn't like it, but it was mostly acceptable. It was a way to dominate the child. For the parent, the father, the mother to enforce domination and control over the child. Loyalty for the child. And this stagnated our evolution tremendously as human beings, i.e. our gestation phase, where we fell asleep. Our frequency slowed down. We fell asleep to the fact that we're limitless potentials, magic, divine. This stagnated our evolution, our souls tremendously. Why, Ashley? Because the divine channel to myself, remembrance to the Akashic record, my soul space. God's like, I create parents. God's like, I'm already at the end game. Baby, call me, my soul wants me to make a joke, but call me Marvel Studios, baby. I'm at the end game. I hope this is Marvel. My soul said it is Marvel. Actually, you just stepped on the joke. Because this intuitive all the way. I did see the movie Endgame, but I'm not into it like that. I was just working at AT&T. And baby, our team had top sales a couple months before. So the second half of the workday, we went across the street to the movie theater and we watched the Endgame. I'm not into it like that. So I liked the movie. It was cool. The divine says, baby, I'm Marvel to this, baby. I'm looking at the end game. I'm looking at the end game. If I want to create this species of beings, this divine human being with limitless potentials, wellness, balance, light being chooses wellness and balance more than not, that means I need to create this lineage of parents. And these parents have to have these parents. These parents have to have this kid. The divine's like, kids are created to be the evolution. Children are created. Let me look at the camera. I've been looking over here the whole time. The divine said our children are created to be the evolution of our existence, of our lineage, of our species. If the parents are dominating in any way children, exerting control, reinforcement of ancestral teachings over the children instead of allowing the children to blossom and bloom into their authentic frequency, authentic patterning, allowing the child to feel comfortable to share what they brought to the world, to share from their inner space, from their existence. We don't grow as a species if we don't allow our children to do this. God's like, I already put everything your child's gonna need inside of them. Your children are limitless potentials, live trillions, eons, years old energies. You don't gotta do too much. And stop looking at them like they're inept, goo goo gaga. Stop doing it. And the only reason why they cry is because y'all souls are no, let me stop. No, I'm about to say it, but I was baby, I'm about to give it the facts. I mean, the download that I got, but the way I was saying it was, I was like all up on our ass. I was like, babe, I was like patronizing us, whooping us about it. I'm not gonna do that. Let me stop. I'm gonna share these facts about the download that I got. But let me not just be so aggressive. But I was about to chew us out, baby. I was like, let me stop. I was like, whoa, stop, hold up, pause, okay. All right, the divine is like, your children are created to be the evolution of you. I already put everything in them that they need. You just got to make them feel comfortable to make decisions, to be their authentic selves. Be your wellness and balance. Journey your parents, journey your reality to be wellness and balance in your highest potentials, universally aligned, universally assigned, for the uplift and regeneration of all things. As God aligned, as God assigned. Be your highest potentials in God. So your energy can be balanced and feed your child, water your child for your child to blossom what they already have inside of them. Blossom to the flower, to the authentic potentials that they already are. God's like, stop patronizing your children. Stop looking at them as if they're inept. The divine's like, the only reason why children cry all the time when they're babies and stuff is, we gotta feed them. Yeah, we gotta feed them. Yeah, we gotta change their diapers. Yeah, we gotta burp them, right? Yeah, we got, you nurture them, right? But it's like they're only feeding off of your energy of imbalance. They're only mirroring the energies of imbalance within you. The crying that you're doing through your soul space. Through your soul spaces. It's not, baby, it's not just natural for babies to cry all the time. Even when they are hungry or need a diaper change, other things, it's not natural for them to cry. They only cry because y'all souls is crying. Humanity. I got that download a couple days ago. I was like, whoa, yeah. I could receive this. I say that to say the paradigms that we just accept as truth, as nature, are really a mirror of our imbalances. And reality can be whatever we want it to be. Again, being one with our inner spaces, our heart spaces, to allow ourselves to experience our wellness and balance. I was awakening and seeing all these things in the spirit, and then coming out of gestational phase of chronic energetic imbalances. And then coming into the remembrance of galactic heritage, and how we get down to galactic heritage. Maybe it's not the Stepford wives. Everything is not cookie cutter at all, right? Do we want it to be? I know wellness, balance, and peace, we want this, right? Again, reality is what you want it to be. So just pray, set your intentions, and allow yourself to experience what it is you came here to experience, what we came here to experience on a God-Goddess level, on a soul level. And then being creator beings. We're using our imagination to visualize, envision, and shape energy, forces into beingness, tangible reality, tangible experiences. It's been a thing for me. It's a thin line between being a creator being and being controlling. when we overstep that boundary of being controlling, it kind of takes the fun out of the experience. So, you know, you get anxiety, depression, worry. Is it going to turn out the way I want it to turn out? Is it going to be the way I want it to be? I got to make it happen. I got to do it. It's controlling. My soul's like, hey, Ashley, you're magic. Y'all are magic. And your magic might look different from mine. Most likely your magic looks different from my magic. Nonetheless, we're magic. And we're creator experiencer beings. The way you experience I said that to say the way you experience yourself in your reality, it might not look like the way I experience myself in reality or my divine presence in reality. The way you experience your divine presence in reality may not look like the way I experience my divine presence in reality may not look like the way you experience your divine presence in reality. The way you experience your divine presence in reality may not look like the way I experience my divine presence in reality. I convene in the spirit. I channel ancestral forces in my podcast. Like, Ashley, I don't do that. I do. You might do things that I'll be like, oh, I don't do that. You'll be like, I do. I do. Me. There's nothing wrong with it. My soul's like, hey, Ashley, you don't have to try so hard. You know, we are infinite dimensions. We are, in and of ourselves, the microcosm, the macrocosm. The oneness that we call the quantum field is synonymous with our beingness. So the quantum field moves and shifts and shapes to match how we move and shift and shape, to match our wants and desires and needs. And it does it in infinite ways to meet the infinite being's wants, desires, and needs, and in a way that the divine intelligence, everything that's moving and shaking infinitely, comes together to create a more omnipotent presence or picture or storyline, allowing ourselves to balance out being experiencer beings with the creator beings. Today we are channeling. This is a Kingdom Things podcast meetup where I transcendentally channel ancestral forces. We're channeling Poseidon, mythological ancient Greek god. My soul channeled through my soul inner space, like, hey, Ashley, I have this understanding. I have this awareness. I have this understanding. And my soul taught me, remembered me. I have this awareness. Any mythology, and I'll link it below. I'll link an installment below. I channeled ancient Greek goddesses. Nefertiti, the goddess Nefertiti, the goddess Bastet, the goddess Sekhmet. And they're like, they beautiful wisdoms, beautiful healing energies. And they're reminding us that anything that we perceive, whether it's a storyline that we call mythology, it's reality. In a dimension of reality that's other than the paradigms and forms and shapes that we know as reality. Poseidon is reality and dimensions of reality other than our own, or other than our synaptical understanding of reality. So we're channeling Poseidon today, as well as Nebuchadnezzar, the second great king of Babylon. And then we're also channeling the energy of the Holy Bible, which I'm excited about. Everything is sentient, everything is conscious. So I'm excited to allow the energy of the Holy Bible to speak through me to me today, speak through me to us today. I am going to transcendentally channel. So I'm going to sit back and close my eyes. You're more than welcome to close your eyes as well, to allow any energies that want to permeate your energetic beingness to do so, to help you balance out into more wellness as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things as your soul intended for it to be. Again, do not replace any of your professional medical advice with anything you experience or hear within Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. All right, we're going to start with Nebuchadnezzar or Poseidon. I'll just sit back and close my eyes, and we'll do it panel style. So they'll introduce themselves, the energies will introduce themselves and communicate, exude, emit the energies in which they want to share within the podcast. Thank you, Poseidon, Nebuchadnezzar, the second great king of Babylon, as well as the energy of the Holy Bible. Thank you. Thank you, Ashley. Poseidon present with my... Ashley does not have the conscious awareness of the vocabulary in which I would prefer to use. Poseidon present with my etheric staff of lightning at hand, as I am here to deliver to humanity energies of wellness, abundance that are to congeal with your wellness and abundance, to allow for the evolution of divine presence in a way that the timelines and dimensions of reality unfold and merge in a way that we become home and one within and of ourselves, within and of each other. Thank you, Ashley. Oh, let me take a beat. Thank you, Poseidon, for your presence. Thank you, Poseidon, for your presence. Lector, the pitchfork, lector. I didn't know how to. I didn't feel confident to say that like that. So he just the energy used a different rhetoric. Thank you, Poseidon. Whoa. Being guided to share understandings, wisdoms that I have a conscious awareness of. We know through our sciences that our reality is multidimensional. These beings of multidimensionality will begin to appear and present in our reality, or we'll be able to perceive them. Our synapses are growing and evolving in a way. Our synaptical responses to these beings' presence will prevail in a way that we will be able to perceive with our eyes. These beings' presence. We weren't before. Thank you, Poseidon. Thank you, divine presence. Thank you. That was a channel. Such a treat, because I wasn't expecting this for this meetup, but I'm really glad. It's such a treat. Thank you, divine presence. Because I know whenever I incantate something, it's preparing the way. It's manifesting, it's evolving, it's assisting with evolving human culture into evolution. So I have a lot of gratitude. Thank you, Poseidon. Thank you, divine presence, divine forces, that we are, that you are. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and get into channeling. We're going to do the Holy Bible, the energy of the Holy Bible. The energy of the Holy Bible. Ooh. All right, let me close my eyes. I want to preface by saying, I'm perceiving like energies of imbalance. I want to preface by saying, like, I'm going to link a couple of installments below in the description box. Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips reference content. Lyran beings Resurrect. Whoa. Oh. Whoa, I just got divine revelation alert, y'all. Divine revelation alert. Oh my goodness. Lyran beings Resurrect in the reference Kingdom Things podcast content below, as well as humans ashamed of being human, plus the galactic experiment. The Holy Bible are divine wisdoms and codes that were in part channeled to humanity by Lyran beings, Lyran ancestry. Lyrans are like, we just wanted to share this, but like other beings too, that I'm not gonna comment because they're not saying, hey, us too, or Pleiadians. Okay, Pleiadians are saying Pleiadians and Lyran beings. They're like, we talk to y'all's prophets, we channel through y'all's prophets and things, and they contributed to the Holy Bible. So I'm linking Lyran beings Resurrect below, and humans ashamed of being human. Ooh. So like I'm experiencing these energies of the Holy Bible. They're coming in, and it's like what I'm perceiving is like it's like I could perceive myself like I'm getting ready to run an Olympic marathon, like a race. And I'm like stretching, I'm like chewing gum extra hard, stretching, and like just ready to run this race. I'm like, and why do I perceive this as imbalance? Because it's like a caricature. It's like the energy is like unactivated energies, or like we could be more, or unactivated energies, where our biology, our genome wasn't activated into divine codes. I say this, that's a truth, but another truth is everything is always only divine codes. You know, that's a bigger truth. But we weren't as activated because, you know, we were operating out of a minute, you know, we know that our science is 0.6, 0.7, or 6 to 9% of our DNA is what we were acting out of before. And that's what Spirit's referring to. Like, y'all could be more, a lot more. You are growing and evolving rapidly into a lot more conscious awareness of your divine presence. Got it. Clear. So that's what I perceive. Ooh. So the Holy Bible is like a okay. We held on to the Holy Bible for so long as our end all be all. And when I'm seeing in my mind's eye, I'm seeing a bookshelf and putting the Holy Bible on the bookshelf as volume 1 of 1,000,000,000,000 books. Or a phase of our evolution, or the makings of us, and not our end all be all. A mirror, a manifestation of the phase of the makings of us, and not our end all be all. A mirror, Holy Bible being a mirror, or mirror of the phase of the makings of us. A manifestation of a phase of the makings of us, and not our end all be all. Whoa. That's powerful. Because, you know, I've been all up in my Akashic record, remembering where I've been and the things I've learned, the wisdoms I've garnered through many lifetimes and experiences, or other dimensions of myself, of the self. And it's like I've been bishops, priests, nuns, all the things where, like, you know, revered the Bible, kept it on the nightstand. Been grannies. I've been a granny that kept my Bible on the nightstand. Baby, open it up every day. Ooh. All right, y'all. We're going to sit back and channel the energies of the Holy Bible. Oh, I'm going to close my eyes again. Thank you, Ashley, for having the presence of the energy of the Holy Bible present here and today. We are the accumulation point of humanity. We're asking Ashley to sing, to emit frequencies into your existence, to reciprocate the energies that you have given to the Holy Bible, as you have given your power away to the Holy Bible, as you have bet your bottom dollar, your last dollar, on your wellness, your balance on the Holy Bible. And we were only dimensions of the makings of you, and not your instruction manual of your existence. But we hold codes to remind you that you are holy. Bible. Truth. Thank you, Ashley. Like, I want to get up out this chair and like run somewhere. Whoa. And then come sit back down. Whoa. Whoa. Thank you. I get what the Bible is saying. Because whenever you project, I can't remember the installment. I'm going to link it below. I channel, whenever you project your energy on things outside of yourself, you're giving your power to be wellness, to be balance, to be abundance, or your life force away. Whenever you look at things outside of yourself as the answer, the solution, you're giving your power away to that thing, that person, place, or thing. You're giving your wellness, your balance, your soul's energy away. Whenever you idolize or put things above you, you're giving your power away. To remember, to become, to rejuvenate, to be wellness, to balance, abundance, divine remembrance, divine purpose. But what installment did I channel this in? It was one of the earlier Kingdom Things podcasts. It's all audio. Ooh, what's it called? I'll link it below. I'm going to find it. I'll link it below, y'all. I'll put the Holy Bible reference. The analogy I channeled was energetic darts. So I'll say energetic dart, Kingdom Things podcast episode. It's below in the it's below in the Kingdom Things podcast reference content. Whoa, the energy came through like palpable. And I was like, sing, Ashley. I was like, okay. So we want to deliver light codes to activate DNA, baby, because y'all been giving the Holy Bible all this energy, all this life force, and baby, we trying to give it back, baby. We trying to balance out this karma. We got to get the energy back, get the energy back. Whoa, thank you. Energy is the Holy Bible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh. No, we could do this. I was like, I kind of like, where do we go from here? We're about to channel Nebuchadnezzar II, great king of Babylon. I'm going to close my eyes, y'all. Oh. Thank you, Ashley, for having I present. You are familiar with my energy. As the preferences we prefer as humans is one energy. We know this energy as ego. We know this energy as, these energies as personality. Truly one energy, manifested as a kaleidoscope of variances, differences, vibrations, variations, colors. Own your vibrations, variations, colors to squeeze with love the wisdoms out of your vibrations, variations, colors, to embody the wisdoms, to be wellness, balance, limitless potentials. Thank you, Ashley. Whoa. Oh, thank you, Nebuchadnezzar, great king of Babylon. My brain is like really like, whoa, shocked. My mind, like my mind, body, soul, spirit, like my cells are so shocked. My brain is like, whoa, this is different. Because I've channeled Nebuchadnezzar II before. Completely different disposition. And I'm share wisdoms that I've been being fed slowly the last couple of days. It's like, hey, Ashley. Actually, the last few years I've been fed these wisdoms. It's like, humanity, the way y'all perceive reality is a direct reflection of your frequency, your energetic embodiment. And if you switch your energetic embodiment, you'll perceive different dimensions of reality, and you'll perceive reality, creation, other beings, things, people, places, all the nouns, in a completely different way. I raise my vibrations. Divine creation is raising its vibrations. We're all raising our vibrations. I've raised my vibrations. Nebuchadnezzar, great king of Babylon, demonized in some spaces and places. And wherever anything is being demonized, we're only looking at a mirror of ourselves. That thing that we're demonized in another vibration, it's the Holy Grail. It's wellness and balance. It's joy. We're only looking at ourselves whenever we perceive anything in reality. What is ourself trying to teach us about ourselves? Garner that wisdom to grow and evolve into new perspectives. New wellness and balance. As universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. Thank you, Nebuchadnezzar, the second great king of Babylon. Whoa. We've risen. We were fallen. We forgot. It's a part of the makings of us. We've risen. We've risen. We rose. Out of hell, or the lack of remembrance of our existential nature, existential wisdoms, existential balance, wellness, abundance. No more death, no more disease, no more poverty, no more famine, no more war, no more pedophilia, no more sex trafficking, no more human trafficking. That was the hell. That was forgetfulness. That was a part of the makings of us. Evolution. Raising our vibrations to perceive the wisdoms from our evolution, to create more wellness and balance, to experience more wellness and balance. Thank you, Poseidon. Thank you, energy of the Holy Bible. Thank you, Nebuchadnezzar II, great king of Babylon. Thank you for joining the Kingdom Things podcast community by stopping in on this transmission. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Follow if you're watching on Spotify to join the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips, journey to a healed and balanced human culture of planet Earth. Y'all, this has been a treat. Ooh, the whole Kingdom Things podcast situation is a treat. The whole situation is part of my divine inheritance, and it's an offering that I get to share with humanity. I talk about it often, but it's nothing that I thought to do in my brain. I was guided like, hey, Ashley, I need you to be, the divine's like, divine, my soul, the oneness of all things, was like, hey, Ashley, I need you to become everything I created you to be. Started following my heart space, and Kingdom Things podcast is a manifestation of me following my heart space out of all the infinite other dimensions. Thank you, Divine Presence. Thank you, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. I'm so grateful to be a stewardess of you, a co-creator of you. Thank you. It brings me so much joy and abundance and wellness and happiness and purpose. I have gratitude. Thank you again for joining, stopping in on this Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips transmission. We're gonna go ahead and close it out, y'all. Before we roll into an episode of my animated series, as well as my live action series, I want to invite you to come take part in Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. It is one of my channels on YouTube. We do group powwow sessions over there. Whatever the spirit says, whatever we're directed to heal in the spirit, from the spirit's like, hey, Ashley, heal this paradigm within humanism. We look at it, we channel energies and wisdoms, ancestral forces to help evolve and raise the vibrations and garner the wisdom from our human nature, or the makings of us, to grow into more balanced wellness, conscious awareness, and embodiment of our limitless potentials. Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment is available to stream on YouTube, link below. Subscribe again, like, to join the Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, journey to a healed and balanced human culture planet Earth. I'm also a singer-songwriter. If y'all can't tell, baby, I was hitting them notes. I'm just kidding. I was like, okay. I wouldn't normally choose this vibrato, but I like it. I'm just kidding. I was letting spirit move through me. I was like, how are we trying to incantate, baby? How are we trying to hit these notes and baby, send through these divine codes, baby? However you trying to do it, baby, hit the vibrato. I was like, however we trying to just, baby, let's go ahead and, baby, get these divine codes activated within our systems. I'm just kidding, y'all. Ashley Nicole music is available to stream on YouTube. Link below. Some of these genres, lyrics, healing energies and frequencies, baby. I be in the spirit shaman mama, just like much like Oneness Connection, much like Kingdom Things podcast. Spirit's like, hey, actually heal this in humanism. Look at these paradigms, and I look at them, heal them, co-create music with universal forces. Like, hey, sing it like this. Actually say this lyric. I actually started recording my studio sessions. I jam out, rock out in my room. I started recording my live sessions. I do my sessions live. Ask Nicole Music on YouTube. I hope there's lyrics, melodies that bring you joy as you grow and evolve into more conscious awareness and embodiment of your limitless potentials. Hope my music brings you soul activation. Again, do not replace any of your professional medical advice with my music. Hope my music brings you wellness and balance, conscious awareness, upliftment for your whole lineage. Again, Ashley Nicole Music is available to stream on YouTube. Link below. Subscribe to the channel. I'm also a home cook, y'all. Magic meals with Ashley Nicole Phillips. Whatever the ancestors of myself, other dimensions of myself, tell me to put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish. This is what we put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish. Magic meals with Ashley Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube. Link below. We go to the grocery store. We use mystery ingredients. We kiki. We laugh. We joke. We talk. We get divine revelations sometimes. Magic meals with Ashley Nicole Phillips. Subscribe to the channel over on YouTube. I'm also an author, y'all. I'm a published author. I authored the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. All of these creations are products of me following my heart space, follow my intuition, to share my divine wisdoms, my soul's energy through beautiful mediums that I enjoy co-creating and experiencing, including the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. My soul's like, hey, Ashley, we want to remind you who you are in the divine. We want to remind you who you are and share these remembrances with the world. We're going to write these books to you. I channeled the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. It is a 3-part book series. The first 2 parts are Asia's story. Asia is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of school. Chase in the hallway of her school, Manhattan Prep. She goes through a lot of existential crises, which help remember her into her divine presence. The 3rd part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is my other half. My other half is a twin flame divine counterpart journey back home to God inside. 1 soul, 2 bodies, many lifetimes as human beings of planet Earth. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. Each lifetime says that their love can't work. The book is prophetic. They will co-create a love and a life. Which lifetime, which love story, under which circumstances. The book is so beautiful, prophetic. Many love stories in one book. It's beautiful. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore. The links are below. If you're doing all digital copies, it's 3 separate copies, $29.97 for the 3 stories, 3 digital downloads, $29.97 plus tax. If you're doing paperback bindings, mail to your home, 3 stories come in 2 bindings. The first 2 parts, Asia's story, come in 1 binding. The 3rd part, my other half, comes in a separate binding, $29.98 plus tax. The specifications between digital and paperback, the links are specified below in the description of this video. I also want to invite y'all to come take part in my animated series, Asia's Story, which does stem from the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel universe. Asia's Story, the animated series, is streaming AP short stories on YouTube for free at this time. Link below. The multidimensional experiences in which I have conscious awareness of, I channeled these into the animated series. With ancestral wisdoms, all the things. And I use creative liberty as well. I hope the animated series brings you soul activation, wellness, balance, joy. Again, Asia's Story, the animated series, streaming AP short stories on YouTube, link below. Lastly, but certainly not least, I want to invite you to come take part in my live series. My spirit, my soul gifted this to me. It was like, hey, Ashley, do you still want to do like acting, a TV show? I was like, sure. I was like, yes. My soul was like, okay, follow your inner space. Let's create it. It's where out of the box stems from. I was gifted out of the box to share in this reality. It's about what we're going through now. Awakening within the dream. Awakening to remembrance beyond this paradigm of existence, or beyond the paradigm of paradigms, or beyond the paradigms of limitation. Awakening to these remembrances within our monad, our beingness, within our divine matrix, our reality. Out of the Box is streaming Ashley Nicole Music on YouTube. You just go under the playlist section and you'll see the playlist Out of the Box. We're going to go ahead and roll into an episode of Asia's Story as well as Out of the Box. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are love. You are love. Give that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because it helps you consciously embody, be more of your limitless potentials. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye. Many things have changed since the last time my author, Ashley, put pen to the paper to share my story with your world. It all started when I had a grand epiphany that I never missed masculine love and attention. I just energetically remembered I was never going to receive the love I truly require and desire externally from the self. I energetically remembered I was never going to receive the love I truly require and desire with being imbalanced by not practicing the innate wisdoms that has always been stowed away in my heart and soul. No worries. Why? Some more heart-centered wisdoms. We experience or our existence from and as different perspectives to expand, grow, evolve the I am, or creation, or infinite existence. Infinite existence. Infinite creation. With the perspective I ancestrally inherited and co-created, I unconsciously and at the same time divinely rejected divinely aligned, balanced, well-masculine energies, while finding temporary and fleeting solace within and as the energies of imbalance. We came into existence to balance. We came into existence to balance these energies with the way we live our lives and seek understandings or wisdoms from how we show up and experience the self. Hey, my name is Asia, and I am an interdimensional being. I know. I just found out myself. Everything that I thought was my truth was a lie. I chose to continue this life because of the one thing that I know isn't a lie. Love. Have you ever lost someone or something that is near and dear to you? Let's make this a safe space to face and express our deep emotional truths, irregardless of how these truths change the way we perceive our authentic or individual selves and others. A practice in which mirrors our humanity's dharmic purpose to practice and embody the frequencies of unconditional love and apex compassion. It was such a regular occurrence for me to take her out without her leash in the front yard and for us to go back inside, for everything to be okay. I feel like I was being careless, but Zoe says she was just ready to transcend, experience something different, something more evolved, something more abundant. Zoe, my little silky terrier, jumped in front of the wheel of a car next to the curb of our yard. I saw the whole thing happen. So, as you know, if you tune into my story, I study with many great sages, gurus, and spiritual masters to become more aligned with my infinite nature, or the truth, the facts, that all is one, all is within, and nothing truly decays or dies, but only changes form to grow and evolve the all, the I am, or infinite existence, or most commonly termed as God. The whole experience is, when I replay the experience in my mind, extremely traumatic. As I placed Zoe in the bag and into the box, I heard the spirit of the Devic kingdom. I now know it was the Devic kingdom
or Zoe's spirit, guiding me to be gentle with Zoe's body. I cried out for divine presence. I knew that my heart and mind was only perceiving a minute scope of what was taking place in the moment. And what did I tell you? That I forgot my truths. I am. We are. Every dimension of the I am. We're playing a game to learn more about ourselves, to grow and evolve. And that I've been with you in many shapes and dimensions, many forms, throughout your whole earthly experience, your entire earthly experience. Many lifetimes, Asya, not just this one. Yes, and I want to practice my chakma, my divine wisdoms, and not be so sad. Yes, you are your chakma, Asya. You are your divine wisdom, and you are feeling. You exist to feel or master energy. You are doing well. When you feel, use your mind to create thought patterns in which you want to manifest, and what you want to bring to your experience, in which you want to experience, dear Asya, dear humanity.
Do you remember the mission?
World peace.
And by world peace, not just your plane or dimension of reality.
Right. The human being of planet Earth is quantumly connected to every dimension of God's creation, every dimension of infinite creation.
Precisely. I did have a good feeling about you.
I'm going to share some divine wisdoms that in lifetimes before, lifetimes perceived past, I would generally have to whisper or keep to myself. We are unique frequencies, dimensions of the I am, or creation. Every person, place, or thing in our reality is a projection of where we stand in the universal balancing of all of existence in any moment. The Hermetic's principle of compensation, also known as karma, what goes around comes around. Do unto others as you would like done unto you. Humanity, we had this a little backwards. Our realities are a projection of our energies. All people, places, and things in our realities and beyond are a projection of our energies or our universal embodiment at any moment in time. Instead of holding resentment, rage, anger, sadness, pain, and projecting the resentment, anger, sadness, pain, or fear onto the people, places, and things within our reality, we have to take an inquisitive and understanding and compassionate disposition while learning and growing the self. With doing so, as the universes seek equilibrium, or the scales of justice are coming into balance, instead of parties, individuals, or dimensions of creation or the self or our reality being dealt vengeful karma, we are served chakma, or divine wisdoms that teach us, and which teach us why we experience the things we experience, to grow us into more, instead of killing ourselves, each other, one another. You want to know a really cool way to expedite universal growth or quantum manifestations? Lean it. hell? Everybody. The past versions of ourselves are only a mirror to the future versions of ourselves in different dimensions. Whenever we experience bad luck, we're truly experiencing our own energies projected from our past versions of self. Or limiting beliefs in which we once held that we no longer align to. Welcome to the future.
Miss Tracy, fairy godmother. And so we meet again. Your family. Forgive them, Asya. I'm an orphan. No, you are not. Irregardless of how out of place you have felt your entire life. Sweet baby, for the energies you chose to experience, and by chose, I mean when a dimension of creation or person, thing, or place need another dimension to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. You and every human have lived the most abundant reality in which was required for the makings of you, for the evolution of you. I feel deep pains in my heart, deep density in my heart. I forgive. I forgive. I forgive. I remain heart-centered and allow my chakma, the divine wisdom that I am, to utilize this deep, dense energy to manifest or create wellness, the upliftment and balance for all things, for the oneness and upliftment of all things, the regeneration of the human genome, the activation of the human's DNA, the expansion of the human's consciousness to manifest a reality of world peace. And so it is. And so it is.
My name is Asya, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed. My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asya, followed by the story of Asya, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book. After returning from a day's trip, I have read my Atom's letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and the fate of death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which there is no state to decline. My other half, available in the Amazon bookstore. I feel as though I was born here on Earth to find you. I was created to find my person. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore.
The secular, non-secular business. Antiquated. We don't need it anymore. We can allow ourselves to enjoy our human experiences. Our human experiences have 0 degrees of separation from the divine. So, morning bagels and grocery shopping, guilt-free. And always remember to have a concerted focus on allowing light to reveal where I can be more balanced, well, universally aligned, and loving. Vulnerable share, because sharing ourselves with the world is another degree of intimacy with the self. A little soul serenation.
I open doors with the curiosity inside. I open doors, magic curiosity in my body. My temperance, magic in my body. We are my body. My temperance, bioevolution. We are our magic that's held inside. Sprang from the earth, my bioevolution. With the divine magic that's held inside. Came in and out the body to assist with the paradigm. It's so divine. Came in and out. It's so divine. My body is so all defined as a vine. Human, we are all defined as a vine. My existence stands from universal love. My existence, I exist from the dreams of universal love. My ancestors, I exist through the dreams of my ancestors. Here's where I get into my Haka therapy, as prescribed by the Mayan and Olmec ancestors.
Hey Ash, received your request for companionship, so I thought I'd give you a ring.
Nice for you to call. Yeah, universal forces are answering and asking about my requests, which are eons old. Now that I identify as more than just my human, I'm garnering understandings that these requests are eons old. Now that I identify as my limitless potentials.
You got it. Irregardless of any preconceived notions you may hold, the galactic communities of the galactic creation are inspired and enthusiastic about the activation of the bipedal human into your divine presence. Remember, Ashley, evolution is a journey, not a race. An infinite journey at that. The spawning of the bipedal human, or God, limitless potentials, intangible, is an eons-old quest for the Creator, our Creator, to cultivate an unconditional love and compassion that creation needs and needed. You are your companion. Learn to love without the fear of losing love.
Spoken like a true great sage. Yes, I am practicing cultivating thought patterns and energies that grow love that isn't afraid of losing love. It is super cool to perceive how the self, or universal forces, responds to my changes in energetic embodiments.
Have fun, Ashley. And remember, be balanced, wellness, and kind.
Great talking to you too, Em.
As it is, always a pleasure speaking to you as well, Ashley.
Talk to you again soon.
my most abundant reality. Bench pressing these blessings, miracles. Alchemy, these